I've called it. Other people have called it. And it seems that it's finally here. Twitch's Adpocalypse has just begun. This isn't the first time that I've talked about on this channel in terms of Twitch's Adpocalypse. I talked about it a few weeks ago, I think like 2-3 weeks ago now, I can't exactly remember. And then I've talked about the whole entire ban when it came to Central Committee a few days ago. And then a couple days ago as well, I talked about how Asmongold is now on the brink of exposing Twitch towards their advertisers about how biased they have been with their Twitch moderation. And it seems that the advertisers on Twitch, the people that have been, these companies that have been putting their ads on Twitch, are now starting to notice the biasy and the moderation and the terrible things that Twitch has allowed on their platform for such a long period of time now, that they are now starting to leave the platform. And the way that we have known this is because there has now been some creators who have come out to mention about how their ad revenue has gone down exponentially from what it used to be before the start of this new Twitch Adpocalypse.
My Twitch dashboard for the first time yesterday, my advertising revenue is down 95%. Let me show you. I'm going to show you because I don't give a shit. I'm fucking transparent. Let me show you guys something. I average about $100 to $200 a day in ad revenue, right? 5 days a week. You're talking about $600-700 a week. You're talking about $2,800 a month, you know, $3,000 a month. I make about $8,000 a month on average, and sometimes 9, right? So it's about 40% of my, sometimes 50% of my income. I'm averaging $15. $15 fucking dollars in ad revenue. I'm disabling ads. I can't disable all of them. Nobody can. They automatically run. But I'm just going to stop fucking anything I have because I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. I don't pay attention to the shit on my platform. I have nothing to do with it. I'm sitting over here in my own little fucking corner, doing my own thing, having a good time.
So that's a clip from a creator. I don't know exactly who this guy is, but it was one of the clips that was making its ways around Twitter. And that is crazy though. Down 95% of Twitch ad revenue. That to me is crazy. That's unheard of. Like we all remember, and I mentioned this in my Twitch Adpocalypse video that I first made about this. And if you want me to get into it more and hear about that, go watch that video. But I did mention in that video about like how bad the YouTube Adpocalypse was back, like what was it, like 6 years ago, back in 2018, I think it was, or that was the second one. But there's been like 2 YouTube Adpocalypse that have happened on this platform. And this is the first time that it's happened on Twitch. And I don't think that YouTube's Adpocalypse was this bad in terms of the amount of revenue that these creators seem to be losing. The fact that this guy himself went from earning about $200 on ad revenue every single stream, going down to $15, losing about 90 to 95% of his ad revenue. To me, that's unheard of, and that's actually insane. And to a certain extent, I kind of feel bad for people like this guy because he is someone who's like making a living off Twitch, but he's not earning like, you know, a crazy amount of money to begin with. Like, yes, $200 is great. I'm not saying that it's not, but compared to some other creators, I mean, it's definitely not that much. And the fact that now it's gone down to $15 a day is actually insane. But the people I don't feel bad for is people like Lacey who have started to complain about this as well.
I go and check my ad revenue, and yeah, I'm not getting ad revenue. I'm not getting the correct ad revenue. Now, the issue with this is I don't even have tags in my name. I don't talk about politics. I don't do anything. And my ad revenue went from $10,000 plus at some points per day to now like $2,000 a day. So from someone who was making upwards of 5 figures a day, now only making $2,000 a day off ad revenue, something's wrong. Something's going on where my ad revenue is not correct and it's not what it should be. If I want to make $2,000 a day, I'll go be a fucking mailman, okay? So Twitch, if you don't fix my ad revenue and put it back to normal, I'm not going to be streaming on the platform. I don't care. I don't do this for fun. I don't do this.
I love how disconnected this man is. Well, I love it because it's like, it's great content for me, but I also hate it because I find it extremely annoying that this guy is complaining about only earning $2,000 a day. He's like, I'm going to go be a mailman. I would love to go be a mailman if I earned $2,000 a day. Do you know how crazy $2,000 a day from just sitting in your room doing absolutely nothing is? That's fucking insane. The fact that you were earning 10 grand a day, there's a reason why a lot of people on the internet say that these creators and these streamers and people who like make YouTube videos earn way too much money, because 10 grand a day is way too much. That, when it comes to people like him going down to 2 grand a day, I'm like, that's actually not that bad. He can't be complaining about that. I'm sorry, but people like Lacey need to shut up. You are so disconnected from society as well, saying that you're going to go be a mailman, telling Twitch to go ahead and fix this. I mean, I feel like he doesn't even know why this is happening. And that's what we're going to get into now, is that this is right here, evidence to show that Twitch's ad revenue has like gone down a lot due to this new adpocalypse that happened. And if you haven't watched any of my previous videos, which I highly recommend you don't go do so, because it gives the ad revenue on YouTube. I mean, I don't really earn that much ad revenue because I'm not a massive channel, but you know, it still helps out the channel whichever way possible. So definitely go watch those videos. But to give a good examples of the ways that this has, like the reasons of why this has started to happen, and I kind of briefly mentioned at the start of this video, is due to Twitch's biases when it comes to their moderation. And I talked about this in my previous video a couple days ago when it came to like Asmongold talking about how he's now going to expose Twitch in terms of their moderation bias. And to me, Asmongold was like that last domino to fall when it came to like a lot of things that have been building up on Twitch in terms of like, you know, the adpocalypse like ready to happen. And to me, Asmongold was the last domino to fall. And you might be wondering why, and you might be saying, oh, it's definitely Asmongold's fault. It's not his fault directly. No. And I might have some bias here because I'm a massive Asmongold fan. I've mentioned this many times. But the reason why I think that like Asmongold was the last like domino to fall is because yes, he deserved his ban. As much as I'm an Asmongold fan, when he got banned a few weeks ago, and I'm not going to get into it because it's way too political for me, but I'm going to say that yes, he did deserve it, and something like that. That said, you can't say that on a platform. You really can't. I think what he said, even he's acknowledged that what he said was way too far, and yes, he deserved to get banned. But the reason why he's the last domino to fall is because he gets banned for saying something like that, but then you have so many other creators on the opposite side of the political spectrum saying extreme things, but to the other side, that don't get banned for it, that like Twitch actually loves and promotes all the time, such like Hassan, who I mentioned in my last video, who's been like outed many times for saying egregious things against like the opposite side of the political spectrum compared to what Asmongold said. And Twitch is actually now starting to like, you know, obviously freak the fuck out when it comes to this. I mean, rightfully so, of course they have, and they've started to now implement certain things into their policies to try and combat this from people like, you know, stopping all this hate on the opposite side as well. As this came out today, they've updated their hateful conduct policy where they're actually making the word Zionist, Zionist, I don't know how to fuck it. Zionist? Is it Zionist? My pronunciation of words is terrible majority of the times, I can't lie. But Zionist and Zionism is actually now going to be a reportable or a bannable word. So if you are found to use that word in a hateful way, you will get banned for that, or there will be some kind of like repercussions that come towards you and your channel if you are seen using that word in like a hateful way. And rightfully so. I mean, if you're going to use a discriminatory word, no matter what it is, in a hateful way, I mean, you can't have that on a platform. You can't have these major political biases because they were allowing stuff like this to be said on their platform. But then when it came to the opposite side, they just didn't care. They were just like, yeah, banning everyone who would say anything against one side of the political spectrum, but then the other side, they were allowing everything. And you can't do that. You absolutely cannot do that. You have to show no biasy on your platform. And especially if you start to show bias and you're allowing these extremist behavior on your platform, no matter which side of the political spectrum it may be on, you're going to have advertisers leave because they don't want to have their ads played on some extremist Twitch stream. That's not what they want. They don't want that. And Twitch has already started to combat this before as well, where they've like told people who are, you know, going to be streaming a lot of, you know, controversial topics and political topics that they have to mark their channel to be like that type of, you know, that they are going to be covering certain political topics so that certain ads can't get played on their channel, which is a great way to combat this as well, so that it's still able to be allowed on the platform, but also try to keep the ads at the same time. But it's good to see that Twitch is like starting to like now like come out and actually do something about this, because they have been biased for a long period of time. And this Twitch Adpocalypse, it's their fault. It's Twitch's fault. It's not the creators or anything like that, because you should be able to say like what you want, obviously, to a certain extent, but Twitch needs to be the one to hold these people accountable, and they have not held these people accountable for a long period of time, just allowed them to say and do whatever they want, and now Twitch is starting to pay for it. And all the creators who just actually go ahead and make good streams and actually just trying to make streams and making a living off it are now starting to pay for it, because disgusting people like this dumb bitch, who I'm going to put the tweet on the screen that she posted out now saying, is Twitch okay? Generally, no, Twitch is not okay, and you're one of the major reasons why it's actually not. And to be honest, Twitch shouldn't allow you back on the platform, because you're one of the most biggest, dumbest bitches that is out there. But I would definitely like to hear what you guys think about all this down below. That's going to be it from me. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Peace out.